What is your point of order, Sifuna?
Mr. Speaker, I am also a member of the Transport Committee, and the chair here is my friend. I am extremely disappointed that the statement that has been made on this floor has actually been made on this floor. Mr. Speaker, one of the things that is very frustrating for us as the minority side, Mr. Speaker, is that we agreed in this House that when somebody is on a point of order, they will be heard in silence. But I think there are people who are using that opportunity and abusing that opportunity that we agreed in order for us to have orderly debate to throw very, very insulting words against colleagues in this House, against people who are not in this House, Mr. Speaker. When we request that the Speaker insists on enforcing the rules by making sure that if somebody utters something, they must substantiate. Mr. Speaker, this afternoon, we have been told that we cannot speak about a court order that the Speaker has not seen. We brought the court order physically and tabled here. We tabled the ruling, Mr. Speaker. When Senator Khalwale stands up and says on the floor of his House that people who are supporters of Azimio or ODM have raided a meeting of a government agency and then you stolen food or done what, without any substantiation. That's what I'm saying, Mr. Speaker, you must substantiate. Stop heckling here, Khalwale. I can assure you, no government agency is going to hold any meeting anywhere where you are gouging on food bought by public resources, yet Kenyans are starving. Even in Kakamega, Khalwale, you will not hold a meeting of your staff, of your office, of anything, without Kenyans coming to avail themselves of that food. I can assure you. Number two, Mr. Speaker, protect me, Mr. Speaker. I'm on a point of order. I am on a point of order, Mr. Speaker. I am on a point of order, Mr. Speaker. Protect me. I have to finish.
Conclude, Senator. Conclude.
I must finish. In fact,
let him conclude, senators.
In fact, as a senator of Nairobi, I want to tell any Kenyan that having seen the increase of the budgets for State House for buying tea and mandazi, that tea and mandazi is for Kenyans. Wherever you meet a government agency holding a meeting, go there and eat that food. That is your food, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, any person who has the right mind, you cannot go and hold a symposium on food right now, and you know Kenyans are starving, and you have brought food only for yourselves, and you think people will just sit there and look at you. They say a hungry man is an angry man, Mr. Speaker. Let me finish by speaking on this question of marginalization. I am on a point of order.
Conclude.
I am on a point of order.
Senators.
I will be heard in silence.
Senators, please.
I am on a point of order, Speaker.
Senators.
Yes. I want to demonstrate to you that you are abusing the points of order. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what you're going to do. Mr. Speaker, Senators, I am on the floor.
Senators, please take your seat.
I'm on a point of order.
Take your seat. Resume your seat. Senators, we want to hear everybody. Let the senator conclude, and then we hear who the second speaker is going to. We cannot be exchanging utterances like this, senators. Please, let us hear the senator and let him conclude. Senator Sifuna, please conclude.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. You have already ruled. Allow me to speak, Mr. Speaker. I want to tell Kenyans, anywhere, anytime, you hear there's a government agency, they are sitting somewhere drinking a tea mandazi, that's your money. Go and join them. That's what we want to see, because every time we speak about addressing the question of iniquity in this country, people don't want to listen. Khalwale, you are lucky that you come from Kakamega. There are roads there. At least there's a road. The people of Mutembei, all they are asking, Mr. Speaker, is for one ferry. One ferry. Over the weekend, we took the maandamano, Mr. Speaker, to Kwale County. And we used a channel at Likoni. I saw a brand new ferry being utilized there by the people there. Are you telling us, Mr. Speaker, even the old ferries that I saw parked there, and they have taken somebody from Nandi or Sijui Rift Valley and made him the chair of KPA or Sijui the MD of KPA? Mr. Speaker,
Senator Sifuna.
That job.
One moment, Senator Sifuna.
No, Mr. Speaker, I must conclude. Please. I must conclude. I'm on a point of order. I am on a point of order. I am on a point of order.
Senator Sifuna, resume your seat. Resume your seat.
I am on a point of order.
Resume your seat. Senator Sifuna, honorable senators, at this point I will have to end this debate or this point of order. Senator Sifuna, when you're referring to another senator, refer to him as a senator, not by their name. So please continue and conclude.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am on a point of order. I'm being heckled throughout. Mr. Speaker, if this conduct was coming from me, already I would have been thrown out of this house. Can you protect me so that I am heard in silence? I need to be protected, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if this was Sifuna, he would have been thrown out of the house already. I cannot speak. I'm being heckled throughout. I'm being heckled by these hecklers.
Senators.
Mr. Speaker, this illegitimate government has sent somebody from Nandi to go and be the chair of Kenya Ports Authority, Mr. Speaker. Somebody with the same name as the president.
Senator Sifuna.
It's ridiculous. We want to end this marginalization in this country.
Senator Sifuna. Senators, I am being... Senators. Senator Sifuna and Majority Leader, and Senator Sifuna, Senator Cherargei, Senator Sifuna, the chair is standing. Senators, seriously, at this point, Senator Cherargei, Majority Leader, please, senators, at this point, I cannot even follow the proceedings. Senator Eddy, senators, I really don't want to throw anybody out of the house. But at this point, I cannot have this point of orders to continue because it doesn't seem we're being able to listen to each other. So at this point, I will have to make a ruling on this issue. So senators, honorable senators, I have heard the contributions by the senator, the chair of transport, and who has made his statement reporting the status of consideration of the petition presented by Senator Kajwang. The gist of it is that the committee has not concluded the consideration of the petition. And it has not concluded owing to the request by the senator for Mutembei to defer the visits. Senators, we know that the timelines provided in the standing orders is 60 days, and those 60 days have lapsed. That said and done, it does not stop the committee when the 60 days have passed to still continue on the matter. Honorable senators, the time for consideration of the petition has lapsed, but there is precedence in the Senate. Senator Eddy.
But I withdraw. Yeah. Mr. Speaker, I rise on a point of order. Can you relax?
Senator Eddy, talk to the Speaker.
Mr. Speaker,
talk to the Speaker.
I just rise to inquire that the substantive Speaker did indicate that he would give us 30 minutes so that he could be able to make a ruling on the previous matter. And looking at the time now, is way over 50 minutes. Why is it that, Mr. Speaker, people are heckling in this house?
Senators.
So, Mr. Speaker, is approaching 5:30. And that will be way beyond, like, it's almost an hour now. Can we have a guidance on this matter, because it is extremely important that we conclude on that business today. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Eddy, you have concluded. I have protected Eddy. Can I talk? As per the standing orders, I have asked you. I will not tell you. Sergeant at Arms, get Senator Sifuna out of this house. Get out. Sifuna, you are rubbish yourself. Get out. He called me rubbish.
Point of order. You guys are destroying the Senate. How do you take this before being given? No. Wacha nikuulize. Give me a chance.
Senators. Order, senators. Order, senators. Order, senators. Eddie. Senator Ongeni, what's your point of order?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, and my colleagues, honorable senators, you know, we can have differences here, but I plead with all of us that we try and have dignity. You know, the problem with what's happening nowadays is that with WhatsApp, whatever we are doing here could easily find its way out there. And you know, once information goes out there, this house is going to be quoted with some, I don't know, MCA somewhere. You know, we can always differ. And we want a house that is exciting, a house that is interesting, a house where we can challenge each other. But let's always remember that people are watching. I mean, even when things were so bad, Senator Halwale, during the Second World War, Roosevelt was able to sit down with Stalin, and they discussed and they came up with the UN, the League of Nations, that is there up to today. So let's agree on the rules of the game, the ground rules. When a speaker is on the chair, I plead. When the speaker is on the chair, I plead, let us give him respect. Because he's the one who guides deliberation, who moderates debate. Please. You know, the shouting across is okay, but I plead,
Senator, be heard in silence, please.
I plead, please, so that for posterity, Senator Cheragei, for posterity, we retain the dignity of this house. We have, Mr. Speaker, we have had senators who have argued their points with passion. I saw Senator, now CS, Murkomen, taking one senior council Rengo, but he was doing it within the rules. You know, he was doing it within the rules, and that's how it should be. I plead with us, even when we have differences, let us retain the dignity of this house. I plead with you, please, Mr. Speaker. I plead, Mr. Speaker, that in all our emotions, let us maintain the dignity of the house. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
What's your point of order, Majority Leader?
Just for 10 seconds, two things that I want to say.
I agree with everything Senator Omogeni has said. The only thing I want to humbly plead, Mr. Speaker, we can exchange with Senator Eddy as much as we want. He's my contemporary, he's my age mate, he's my friend. If I say, for example, things that he doesn't like, and I agree with Senator Omogeni that we be guided in what we say, that is between us as colleagues. The minute we begin, I have been in this house, for sure, Mr. Speaker, even in the worst of times when we never used to greet each other as colleagues, there is no time that a senator used to insult the speaker. That is the truth. You cannot run away. And minority leader, I want to plead with you, my brother. Teach Senator Sifuna how to behave in parliament. This is not the only time he has abused the speaker. He has also equally abused the substantive speaker. That is not right. We can exchange as colleagues, that's fine. How many times does me and you trade things that we don't like, but we'll go outside and share a cup of tea? That is normal. It's part of parliamentary practice. But the habit of insulting the speaker, we should not encourage. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, Senator Omogeni said something that I agree with. And I want it to go on record to the people running parliamentary budget office. Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit, PBU. They are the ones who share some of these clips, the things that Senator Omogeni is saying. Because nobody else has access to these clips. So I want to humbly plead with the clerk's table that is here, if there are certain things, you know, the reason why, and I was in PSC when we made the decision to allow PBU to be our own internal unit, because when we previously used to allow media to be the ones, they'd focus on non-issues. They'll beam on a senator sleeping or a slip of a tongue by the senator. So we said, let's have our own professional broadcasting unit that is within parliament. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, every time nowadays when there are exchanges, the following day you will see the same clips being relayed, yet the broadcasting belongs to this particular house. So I want to humbly plead with Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit. I have forgotten the name of the head, but the reason why we kept PBU inside the House of Parliament is that so that you focus on the core business, not to be sharing clips sometimes of members in unfortunate exchanges